Welcome, fellow officials, to the NTLOA training tape. Please note that there is no intent to embarrass any team, player, or official. The purpose behind these clips are for education and training as we grow as a chapter. Enjoy.
Here we're going to watch a face-off and some of the things that we should be looking for in the playoffs. Okay, here we're going to watch the face-off. They start off fine. Watch the Plano sweep his right foot into the cross of the other player, clearly disadvantaging, so we need to catch that. Then also you'll see him impede the player taking his stick and clearly going into him and holding him back. So we could have had a hold on that also. We want to make sure that we catch this so we don't disadvantage the team and make sure we get the call right. All right, once again, what we're watching here, he clearly kicks the stick. Instant whistle. It's a procedure penalty. Award the ball to blue. Then also, if we don't catch that, let's make sure that we're catching the holding. White is holding blue. Instant whistle again, and blue ball. But on the previous, when he kicks the stick, it's still in the X area, so we want to make sure we catch that. Once again, instant whistle, procedure, but also 42 white cannot take the next face off.
All right, here we're going to watch a face-off where a call is made that is ultimately the incorrect call. So let's take a look and then let's revisit what our options are when something like this occurs. All right, here on this play, we have a face-off where a call is made that ultimately is incorrect. And this is something we want to revisit. Playoffs are not regular season, but especially in playoffs, we need to get the calls right. So you may have a partner make a call. They may have a bad angle. They may not see the play completely, and a call is established. In this case, the face-off official is calling that the ball never popped out of the Fogo's cross, and he took a step, which would be a violation. But you can clearly see here, the ball is in the air, the kid popped it up, and he's going to catch it and proceed. As the pinching official, you have clear line of sight. You have to see this. It's pretty straightforward. It's right in front of you. This is something you should see. When that whistle comes and he calls that there was no pop or there was a procedure, you can hit your whistle, double tweet, come together, say, what are you calling? What did you see? So here on this play, we have three options. One is we can, as the pinch, you could come in, talk to your partner and say, no, that ball clearly came out. He caught it. We are going to award the ball to black. Second option is if you are the R and there is a strong disagreement, neither side wants to really back down on what the call is. As the R, ultimately, you are empowered to make the final decision. So if this is a two-man crew and you have a difference of opinion, R, you can make this call. There is a three-man crew here. It would be a good idea to confer with your third official if he has something to add. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Can't really say in this instance. The third option is in the rule book under Rule 4, Section 3A, there is a series of exceptions. And one of the exceptions is an inadvertent whistle when the ball is in the midfield, when there's not possession. So in this case, the ball's in the back of the cross. That is not possession. Until he pops it in the air and catches it, that's when a possession is established. So the infraction was recognized without possession, ball's in the midfield. Ultimately, you could call for a reface here. At the end of the day, this is something we need to get right. And we need to come together as a crew. We need to see, hey, you may have been looking through the backs of two people and not seeing the pop. That ball was clearly popped. Let's give the ball to black and let's go. All right, Dan and I are going to give a few thoughts about what we want guys in the chapter to think about. The playoffs are upon us. It's an important time of year to the players, to the coaches, to the families. So we're sharing a few thoughts of what we have, how you can prepare yourself for the playoffs, and really step up your game to give them the best product on, from us as officials. So Dan, give me your first 3 thoughts.
Well, first thing, like anything else, you want to get there early with your crew. Have that talk, have that prep before the game, what you're going to be looking for, what you want to call, how you want to set the game, the tone of it itself. So having that pregame beforehand goes a long way itself. And then once you do there, get onto the field, make sure that you're checking in with the table itself, making sure they understand what we're going to be expecting of them. And then, of course, checking in with the coaches, having that conversation with them, making sure that they're at ease, what we're looking for in the game, and how we're going to control the game as we move forward.
Yeah, you touch on the pregame. That's an important point. The idea of, first of all, if you're the U or if you're in a 3-man, you're the U or the field judge, check in with your R 48 hours ahead of time. Let them know that you're mentally prepared. You're thinking about it. You're going to be there. You guys agree on when you're going to meet, youth playoffs. Maybe a little tougher to have a pregame. You could even have a phone call the night before if you had to. But let's talk to your partner ahead of time. Figure out what the game expectation is, what level it is, and how you're approaching it together. Coaches, players, families, they're all going to be excited. This is playoffs. This matters to them. May not matter to the rest of us, a 3, 4, or 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we know in the grand scheme of life that's not a big thing. But it is, and it is to these kids, and they've been working hard all year. This is the culmination of their season. So let's give them our best and treat them with the respect that they're going to be excited, they're going to be amped up. This is where we need to be a calming influence. This is where conversation and communication with coaches and players matter. So let's do our best to give them that grace.
Yeah, and I think also with that too is, as you said, everybody's amped up for it. Everybody's excited. Let the kids win the game. Make sure that we're putting in the effort. They work their butts off all year long in order to get there. Let's make sure that we're hustling on the field, being in position to make the call, and particularly at the high school level. If you have the ability, if you're going to call the foul, make sure, do we have the ability to ratchet down a little bit? Instead of putting them in the box, hey, can we get away with a loose hold, loose push, or something like that? Let's let these kids decide the games. Let them win the game itself. They're not there to see our flag throwing ability.
Yeah, it's a good thing ahead of time. Take the time to review your rules, especially in the U side youth bantam. We have them on the website. Read through them again. Read through them twice. Look at the cheat sheets. Look at all the information you have. But let's make sure our mind is set for the level of game that you have. And to Dan's point, let's throw the flags that throw themselves. Let's not look to show everybody, hey, look, I'm out here and I'm earning my money. This is not about us. This is about them. Let's give them the grace to earn their wins on the field. Let's not be an impact of the game until we have to be. Dan also touched about on communication with the tables. Those types of things matter. These are the little extra things that you can do. Be clear with the timers. Be clear with the countdowns of releasing a penalty. Count them down from 10. Scream at the top of your lungs, release, right? So everybody knows. Both benches know what we have going on the field. The officials can hear it. We want to just take all those little distractions that we can control out of the game. And that's a good pregame. It's good communication. It's putting the time in up front to get that done. So congratulations on your playoff assignments. Go out there and be great. This is the best time of our lacrosse season, and let's go have fun with it.
Let's be the best team that's out there on the field for that day.
Go kill it.